Rage on that beat, going crazy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The plain Jane M4 build never ends, and for lack of content, you guys know I prefer to film all kinds of cars and not my car. I've always said I don't want my car to be the object of the channel, but right now it's making for the best content. We just finished up with the Ferrata wheel shoot, and the next day, hopefully I can get this posted, because I'm gonna post this in a series of videos. I'm dropping it off at Modded AF, which you can see behind me. Rico and the boys are gonna hook my trunk up. I'm gonna show you the previous setup, which was done just so I can make Week Fest, so it was done really quickly, but it wasn't a show setup. So we're doing a complete hardline show setup. For you guys that don't know what a hardline setup is, I'll post a picture here of somebody's car online. I just Googled that picture just so you can see what hardlines look like. And really, in the vein and ode to Houston, it's like pop trunk. So when I go to shows, I can pop the trunk. And actually, when you see the air ride, it'll actually look like, you know, show worthy. So we're putting this together. Modded AF is hooking it up, and they're doing some other stuff too. I decided to put a sound system in, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my JLW6 that I'm actually going to throw into the trunk too. So added turbos, new fuel system, intercooler, all that performance stuff, and add about another 150 pounds to the car, because that's just how I like to do. What we're shooting for is the meanest, cleanest, full build, and what I mean by full build is completely customized M4 in Houston. There's a lot of clean M4s. I would say the ones that are the meanest M4s I'm friends with, I would say, or belong to the same clubs as some of them. But we're taking no prisoners with Plain Jane. We want the title for full performance bolt-on and full customization of the car from head to toe. So we know a cage is coming, new seats are coming, other interior bits will get done. So this is another step in the build. I keep saying everything I get done, I keep saying, yeah, that's it. And it's more stuff. So y'all enjoy this part of the build series. I'll give you a couple beauty shots of the car, and I'll take you around the shop just a little bit too. What's up, y'all? We back at Modded AF, and I wanted the guys to talk through what they did on my build. I'm so happy with how this trunk turned out, man. It's amazing. Just to let you know, it took about 3 weeks, and some of it was me. I had to wait for parts, it seems like, as usual. But so the intro you saw was just after the Ferrata shoot. It was one day later. It was about 3 weeks later now. For one of their custom builds, that's probably about normal, they said, you know, maybe a week or so, but they went over the top, as you'll see from my car. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I gave you some stuff around the shop. I'll show you a little bit more of the shop now, but here's the interview with Rico and Rico. Y'all enjoy. What's up, everybody? We're back at Modded AF. Like I told you guys, they hooked this car up, and I just wanted you guys to meet Rico and Jr. so they can tell you exactly how they came up with the build. This is the first time anything has been done on my car where I didn't come up with it. Everything on the car was a part of my idea. I will admit, the Ferrata wheels, those were the Ferrata guys. Shout out to Chris, Ryan, Mike, all those guys. I did not think red wheels would look good on my car. So it's just a bit of a change. I'm not a control freak, but I believe in my vision coming to fruition. But as soon as I saw what Rico and Jr could do, I wanted their vision. I just kind of brought some parts and said, hey, I heard you guys do hard lines. They were like, yeah, we could do that. But I want them to talk through how they came up with the concept and tell you a little bit about what else they do. So, Rico Jr., it's on you guys, man. Tell the people what you did. Matter of fact, you got to show it.
Yeah, I figured we show it first. This is what we came out with. Got like a nice little shot. So we got the embossed M4 logo right below you. We got the amp with LEDs inside the box. We got LEDs under the compressors. We got everything mounted with polished hard lines. And that's about it. And then we wrapped it with a nice gray material, something to kind of throw off and look different.
Well, the car itself is gray and black, so we wanted to feed off of that
Transferred inside the car.
so that you continue to feel that all the way from the inside and outside of the car. But what I want to say about this build is it's not one person, you know.
For sure.
I didn't just make this. We are a team here. Our entire team goes together and puts all this together. We have a guy that does woodworking. He's a master at it. You can see by this M4 logo. We've got another guy that does LEDs, and I mean they're all in-house here, and we just kind of put it all together. And then I come in at the end and kind of do some line bending, which I've got no previous
Some line bending. Hold on, did y'all see that? You gotta tell them about the lines. I don't want to bunch of some line bending. Okay. But go ahead.
So I was asked, how did I come up with this concept? And the simple answer I gave is I don't know. That's it. I don't know. I never really come up with a concept. I just kind of look at a trunk, stare at it for a while, and just start building from there. We start from the ground, just like a normal house. We build that foundation.
Yeah, and each car is going to be different as well. It really
Always.
depends on how much space we have. With this car, we didn't have too much space underneath. I mean, it's basically just the floor right under this, and then the only spot we had really was for the amp. We got a small little spot in there. So we didn't have too much
Underneath space.
Yeah, kind of
if you
too much
will.
to work with for hardline. So, I mean,
We did what we could
Yeah.
with the minimum amount of space that we have, but like I said, it's not. We never really think about it. It's not thought out. We start bending one line. That's it. We build everything first, then we build the lines last, so that we know how much room we have to bend.
Yep.
And so we'll start building one line, and then if that looks good, the challenge is mirroring it.
yeah.
And I've got no prior experience. I mean, I don't
I gotta
know.
give y'all another close up, because what you gotta appreciate here is how those lines are actually mirrored. That's the tricky part. I don't care what anybody says. It's easy to do one side. And I used to work on cars, so I've bent brake line, which is much thinner than this. But to have that mirror and the gapping between each line, even down on the floor all the way back. I mean, these things look like cornrows. That has to take
I
forever.
appreciate it.
It does. It takes a lot of time, and that's why you get, you know, I hate to throw this in there, but you get a lot of people that ask, you know, hey, how much for a hardline setup? And
It depends, man.
Yeah, it really depends
Every
on what
car
you're
is gonna be
looking for.
different. Yeah.
and how crazy, that's what I always say, how crazy do you want to get?
Right.
Because your wallet's going to have to get that crazy.
Yeah,
That's what I
facts.
need to know, is how crazy you want to get.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I said it the other day, and I will say it again just because I like to always give this guy the shout out. So all the inspiration that I've ever had, even for the shop, came from Classy House Productions, which is
Out in
Ross
Dallas.
Moorhead out in Dallas. If you're out in that area, go see him. He's freaking awesome.
We'll have that information in the description
Yeah, check out
below,
his Instagram.
guys. Check
He's
them
got
out.
all of his builds. I mean, his hardline's got nothing on this, but yeah.
Hey, but I did what I did. I think it came out really good.
Shoot.
So I'm really happy with it. I think we can only go further and higher from this. But there really is no plan. You know,
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but there really isn't. It really isn't. Let's see how much space we have, and then we'll bend around that.
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with this. So we just kind of took the area that we had and just went for it.
Everybody knows, like in the car game, right? We say we customize cars, and to me, or we say we're full build, we use buzzwords like full bolt-on, and I've never customized a car until this. Like legit. Wheels, yeah, that's customizing a car. And I'm not talking down on that, because that's all I've done to this point. Turbos, all the stuff I've done is not custom. It's just bolting on a manufactured part from somebody else's build
Yep.
that everybody else has.
Bolt
And
on.
that's okay. And that's okay. That's fine. That's what we want. Nobody else, I love being able to say this, and it's maybe because I have a little bit of an ego, I don't know. But nobody else in the world has this trunk.
That's correct.
Not any car, any build. Nobody else has an embossed M4 on their floor. Nobody else has this line set up. There'll be similar things to it, but this is one off.
That's correct.
That's the definition of custom. One off.
No cookie cutter.
No, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, none of that's being done here. So, and just shameful plug, you know, that's not all we do here. We do
Yeah.
car wraps, we do hydro dipping, we do paint and body. We do everything.
Vinyls.
Yeah, vinyls.
We're gonna get all the gold off the car. We're going red to match the wheels, so they do vinyl too.
Yeah, definitely. So we try to consider ourselves a one-stop shop.
Oh, and so I pulled up today, y'all, and in the back there's a paint booth. I'm like, y'all paint too? He's like, I said we're one-stop shop. They paint too. So everything.
So we got a full blow-up paint booth for like full cars. We got a smaller one for like bumpers, fenders, hoods. We also got a wide body Beamer that we're doing as well. That's gonna get done. It's gonna be full molded, and we're gonna paint the car as well. His personal car. Once we get it back from the shop,
I'm gonna shoot that. I gotta shoot that.
Yeah.
But before we go, I want you to talk about the calipers, because I tried to get some beauty shots of the calipers to show you the work that went into it. But talk about the work you did with the calipers.
Man, photos don't do justice. I mean, the calipers are clean. Like the sparkle that they have on them is insane. I mean,
they originally were blue.
Yeah, they were blue as well. So
dead blue, drabby blue.
Yeah. So I took them all apart. I think I had them done in about a day. I had them stripped down just to bare metal. We had our guy, he comes, he picks up whatever we need powder coated. He does wheels, he does calipers, tanks. We get some tanks that are powder coated as well. So we got his tank powder coated red, kind of similar to match his wheels. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's a nice color for sure.
Lollipop red.
Yeah, it's lollipop. It's perfect.
So it's a nice color for sure. And yeah, I mean the calipers look dope. I know you got some pictures of them.
I do.
Yeah.
So I'll drop those pictures in so y'all can see them for sure.
Yep. And we put the M4 logos back on there as well. We got the black M with the regular blue and
tricolor.
red. Yeah,
with the
exactly.
tricolor.
And I don't know if you remember, but we sponsored all that labor too.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a fact. They hooked me up. Don't y'all come here asking for no sponsorship. It's not gonna happen. Okay? We did a full build, so Rico was standing there like I could see him. You look like a computer. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, he just got quiet and he's holding his hand behind his back. And he's like standing right next to me. He said, "I don't like that." I'm like, okay. And his son knew what he was talking about. He said, "We can't do the calipers." And I'm not gonna lie. I got a kid starting. I'm broke, relatively. And I was like, well, I can't do that right now. So he said, how about this? They were doing so much work on the car, they wanted the car to leave right. And if you ever dealt with a shop that's a good shop, and I will throw shade on bad shops, not on my channel, but everybody's had bad experiences. They don't want to leave the car with their name on it subpar. So they looked at it like, he said, I'll sponsor it. I want it to leave right. And they turned out amazing. So I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, and the blue wasn't bad. It was just a little off. Like it was just too.
It just didn't do anything.
We've got your whole gray and black.
Yeah, it's gray and black all the way through.
Yeah.
So if you guys get the concept, they sold me on it. I like it. The light gray to accentuate the custom trunk, the light gray calipers, and we're going to go to accent color for the cage that's coming. And for my charge pipes that are actually gold to match the old wheels, we're going to do that kind of polished gray look throughout every accent part on the car, which I think this looks crazy.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a perfect idea.
Beautiful car.
Thank you.
Probably one of the, well, I've had some good ones that I've worked on, but this is probably one of my favorites.
And one of them that inspired me, I'm going to mispronounce this, but Bustos with the S4.
Right. That is my most favorite car that we've done here.
I just saw, I didn't know who to go to. Shout out to Ted. Ted did put me on him. When Ted did all the stuff for Week Fest, he saw my trunk set up. He was like, man, I got a guy that could hook you up. And he called you right on the spot.
Right.
Exactly.
He said, my buddy is here. You need to do his trunk for his air ride. And I trust Ted. And I was like, okay. But in the interim, I saw Bustos' car. Yep. And he shouted you out. He said, you don't know Rico? I was like, nah. And just the way you guys mounted his controller. I'm going to see if I can get a picture for Bustos for this video. So I can just show you. And I was sold. He was like, yo, that's like, it's one of one.
Yeah.
It's one. I was like, that's the type of work they do. That's painful to just mount it. And hopefully I can get a picture for you, but it's basically like a cell phone.
I'll provide you with a picture, but yeah, and again, shout out to Classy House Productions because they provided the glow mount.
Oh, really?
So it's a glow mount,
okay.
And then we took that mount and we built a custom mount to actually attach the glow mount to.
That's the one I was talking about for your.
With
and then fix it to
manifold.
Yes.
So if you have air ride, shout out to everybody who has air ride. You know the pain of having a controller. Where is it? And I've had my buddy who had his puppy in the car, stepped on his controller while he was driving, and it cooked the bag, right? Yeah. So putting the controller away, Junior just was like, I don't like your controller being right here.
Oh yeah.
10 minutes after I left, he sends me a DM and Instagram. He's like, here it is. He hid it in this little cubby. I'll show it to you guys in the beauty shop. And I just love it. I love it. I pull up to a spot, hit the button, and close it. It's just like, it makes the interior so much cleaner. It's little stuff like that. Hopefully you guys understand. that's gonna make me continue to partner with these guys, because I'm not a detail freak, but I like nice stuff.
Exactly.
Right? And I like people that like doing nice stuff. Modern AF is where nice stuff happens.
And the one thing I tell everyone who leaves here, if you're not happy, come back.
Yeah.
Let me know. That's it.
anything.
I will make you happy. Customer satisfaction is number one here.
I can vouch for that too, because there was
That's it.
things I was asking questions like, what's I'm picky. He knows. Everybody that does their cars, we're all picky.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
these are car guys. You guys are you're picky. You're just like, I want it this way. But I had to change my way of thinking. Like, no, they're doing it. It's their vision. Just back off, Charles. Like, let it be there. And he asked me, he's like, what do you think about this? What do you think about? And I was giving my input, and I had to say, you know what? Let me just trust him, because he's better than I've never done a custom trunk. Why should I offer my input? That's really how I felt.
I never thought about it that way, but I always like to get customers' input.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we're trying
I
to
get
keep
it.
you in the dark as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in the dark.
I know. Well, I know you stopped by one day to drop off your box,
Yes.
your speaker, and we were trying to keep you in the dark as much as we can, and you happened to see the logo.
I was like,
and
I was like, oh my God, I'm at it, bro. I was like, this is gonna be so dope. But look, y'all, we went long enough. I want to thank these guys, Rico Jr., Rico, he goes by Rico too. I appreciate these guys. Please come and check out Modern AF. We're actually going to be at Cars and Coffee tomorrow. Today is Saturday, the 11th of July. This will be up tonight. Come out to Ferrata HQ. The address will be right here. Come out and check us out. You'll actually get to see the trunk. I actually went out to a little hood rap meet last night. I appreciate the response the trunk got. It was surprising how much people appreciate good work. So come check it out, guys. And I appreciate all you guys watching. All of their information will be in the description below. So
go follow him on Instagram.
I wouldn't mind an Instagram follow. I'll take
follow
one or
it.
two. It's cool. But check me out. It'll be car content about my car on one page, and I have the YouTube channel on another page. Check out their Instagrams. If you follow me, follow Modern AF. Follow MK6.Rico, right?
Yeah.
His car is the blue car that you guys saw in the opening to the video. That Golf R is dope. As a matter of fact, real quick, I'm probably talking too much, but real quick, we were at a meet.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was because I only met Rico. He pulls up and I looked at, I was like, whose car is this? And humble dude, nice guy. He's like, oh yeah, it's my car. I was like, you must be rich. I was like, how do you have a Golf R on bags?
Budget
And
build, man.
I
Budget
looked at the
build.
shirt. He's like, I was like, I'm so sorry, bro. My car was supposed to be there back in March.
Yeah.
But all this COVID stuff happened, so I chilled out and I wanted to wait until I knew what was going on with my job, everything, right?
Yeah.
Come